Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking at the Jacquemus RAFFIA tote bag and also the Loewe RAFFIA tote bag. Now it's actually snowing outside today, so it's not really the weather or the time of year you would think I should be talking about basket bags. I always like to invest in the upcoming season a couple of months before if I know an item's going to be quite popular, and already I know the Loewe handbags are quite hard to get your hands on. With the coronavirus at the moment, stores aren't open. Here in the UK we're in lockdown 3.0 and I've never actually seen either of these bags in the flesh before, so that's always hard to make a decision. So I thought I would order both online. I'm only going to be keeping one of these bags, so let me know in the comments below which of these two bags you do prefer. I did buy both of these from Farfetch, who I've worked with previously, so this video is not sponsored at all. I bought both of these bags with my own money, but I do also have a discount code, so if you liked either of these bags I will leave them linked on Farfetch with my discount code, which I'll also pop on the screen, and the T's and C's in the description box, and I'll also find anywhere else online that I can find these babies in stock. So if you do want to get your hands on one before we come round to the warmer months, then hopefully you'll be able to get one too. Looking at the bags side by side, they are pretty much similar in size. The Jacquemus is a little bit deeper and they are probably equally as wide as each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the Jacquemus bag and tell you why I spotted this and it was on my wish list and why I thought it would be great for my spring summer wardrobe. Now, as some of you may know, I am, what am I now? I'm about 31 weeks pregnant, and whenever I'm purchasing new items in my wardrobe I'm trying to be a bit more practical, and anyway, practical fashion was a big deal last year in 2020, obviously coming into 2021 because of the whole pandemic, and just wanting to buy items that you know you're going to get your use out of. As you can see, a lot of us were probably buying loungewear, which I'm sitting in now. I'll leave this linked below. It's actually from PLT. It is from their maternity version, but I'm sure they'll probably do a non-maternity version as well. But back to the bags, and the reason why you're here is I wanted to look at the Jacquemus straw bag because what drew my attention to this one versus the Loewe, apart from the fact that this one is cheaper, so I think on Farfetch I paid £335 for this one, and what drew me to it is these super long straps that you'll see here, but I'll also do some cutaways of the bag so you can see what they look like. For reference, I am 5'8", 5'9", and I had seen some other reviews on YouTube saying that the straps were handy for wearing across the body. So these women must have been more petite because I cannot wear this across my body. It doesn't sit very well, but it does sit really nicely on my shoulder, which again will make it more practical for use, especially with having a little baby. But one thing not so practical about this bag is the fact that the handles and also the kind of lining, the strap and this front pocket here is made from, I'm not sure if it's a real suede, but it's a suede-like material. It feels very velvety, so it could be very easy to stain. Now I did have a conversation with a few other lovely ladies over on my Instagram, which is at Buttrick, who have already got this bag. And they said that they've sprayed it with a lot of spray protector, and one girl said that it's not damaged at all. She's taken it on holiday and it's easy to wipe down, and then somebody else has said it's a little bit annoying that you can easily mark the straps on it. And for petite ladies, they've also said that the long straps are a little bit kind of redundant because it just makes the bag too long for them. So this may be more suitable if you are a little bit taller like myself. That being said, it is such a beautiful bag. I think obviously the handles are too small for going over your shoulder, but you can pop it on your wrist like that, and I think it's very good, versatile in size. But what I will say is obviously both of these bags have got nothing inside them. So in terms of keeping things safe inside your bag, I would suggest, I'm going to look on Amazon and either find a bag organiser to organise everything in my bag, or some other people have said that they pop everything in the dust bag that comes in the bag, pop it inside and then tighten up your dust bag so items do not escape. Now on the front we have this little kind of suede, faux suede patch as well, which you can slip something into there. I don't think you can slip much in it. You could possibly fit your phone. I have the iPhone 10, iPhone Pro, not sure which one, but it's not the Plus, it's just the normal size one. And could I fit it? It's a little bit of a tight squeeze. You could just fit your phone in there. Obviously not if you have like the larger version phone. You could maybe carry some cash with you, but maybe that's not very sensible. And it is a little bit of a struggle to get my phone out, as you can see. Probably doesn't help the fact I have a rubber case on, but you could fit a phone in there if you wanted to. Look at the size of it, it is pretty big. You're going to be able to fit lots of things inside there, like I'm going to be able to fit my camera, I'm going to be able to fit my big purse, I'd be able to fit my diary in there, I'd be able to fit a book. I've seen some other people say they can fit a beach towel in here, so it is a really good bag for holidays as well. Obviously you are paying a lot of money for a straw bag. You would be able to get something similar like this. Etsy always is a great place for straw bags, and places on the high street like Next normally have quite a few nice ones for around £30, so you don't have to spend this much on a straw bag. But if you are a little bit of a label lover like I am and you were thinking of investing in one of these, that's the Jacquemus. I would say that the raffia kind of tote detailing, if you can see, comes up slightly green, so there is some kind of green accents in there with some slight pink accents, but I think that that works really well with the colour of this suede, which is kind of like a beige. So I'm wearing pink today, you can see it's more of a beige, so we'll go with neutrals if you are a neutral lover. And then we've just got the Jacquemus logo there, which is in more of a brass gold, so that's a bit of a yellow brass gold, just the branding there on a bag. And I think it is such a beautiful bag. I think I'm going to struggle between the two of which to decide. I would say that the Jacquemus perhaps looks a little bit more summer orientated. It's probably not a bag that you would reach to in the colder months, and I obviously haven't used it myself, but on receiving the bag I'm really impressed with the quality of the kind of suede, faux suede, whatever it is here, but obviously I can't vouch for how well it would keep if you have, you know, makeup on your hand, you have sticky fingers, you have kids putting their hands around in your bag. It might not be very practical, but it is very, very beautiful and just a tiny bit bigger than the Loewe, which I'll get onto in a second, because you can actually pop the Loewe inside. So if I just move the strap out the way, the Loewe bag actually fits inside of the Jacquemus bag, which means it is just ever so slightly smaller. Again, I shall pop them side by side for a comparison, if you can see. So they are pretty much, like I mentioned before, the Jacquemus is a lot deeper and they're pretty much about the same width. I'd say that the Jacquemus just pips it to the post, being a tiny bit wider. So that is the first bag. Obviously I can't give a full review on, you know, wearability, durability and things like that, because I've only just received these two bags. So this is like a first impressions comparison, help me decide which bag that I should keep. Next up we have the Loewe Basket Bag, which I'll bring to this side so I can show you properly. And I thought I would go for the white. They also do it in a beautiful tan, and I recently got a Tan Acne Studios bag, which is more of a dark tan. I don't really have like a lighter tan vibe going on in my wardrobe, and that's the colour of the other Loewe, which I'll leave on the screen. I think they also do it in a bright orange as well, and I'm not sure if they do any other colours like black. But this bag has been floating around for a few years now, and they do a few different sizes. Now I'm unsure on whether I have the medium or the standard size here. I'm pretty sure they do a small, a standard, a medium and a large. So I'll try and find exactly what size this is and leave it in the description box. But going off the fact it's a similar size, just a slight bit smaller to the Jacquemus bag, I'd say this is potentially the size medium. So again, we have a raffia woven bag, but this raffia weave, whatever you want to call it, basket weave, is a lot lighter, you'll see. It's more of a yellowy beige, and you'll see on the front we have the Loewe badge, which literally is just some leather that is stuck onto the front of the bag. It's just sewed on there, so there is no pocket at the front like there is with the Jacquemus. And then we have just two straps, which will hopefully fit on my shoulder. We shall see in the cutaways, because it comes with adjustable straps, but as you can see this is actually on the longest length, so you can make it a bit shorter, and that's the longest length. I'm not sure that that's going to fit very comfortably. I can get it underneath my shoulder, but I feel like you've probably got to squish that bag down, but it will fit on there. Might maybe be one of the, you know, annoying occasional bags, you know, you pop them on the shoulder and one side just keeps flopping off. So from that aspect, the Jacquemus is screaming to me that it's going to be more practical with the long straps. But I do have to say, from an aesthetic point of view, I do find the Loewe bag more pleasing. I do feel like the leather straps would be easier to maintain. They'd be easier to keep clean and wipe down. But one thing that I don't tend to love on handbags that I might have an issue with is white stitching. So I don't know if you'll see that we've obviously got the white leather and then we've got the white stitching on the leather. Now, I tend to always have dirty hands for some reason, whether even if I'm washing them after I put my makeup on. I don't really want to be transferring makeup to the thread because that's when it gets really hard to come out. You might be able to wipe the leather down easily, but in terms of the actual stitching, if that gets dirty, it's a little bit hard to get the dirt out. I'll just give you a quick show of the inside of the bag if you want to know what it looked like. Again, with this I would opt for either using a bag organiser or the Loewe dust bag that did come with this bag, which is this one here. We just have the little Loewe logo. So as I mentioned, that some ladies said on my Instagram that they will do is they will pop the bag in, put everything they want inside this, give it a little tie up, and then pop it inside the bag. So obviously things aren't going to drop out individually because it's just going to be in one safe space, and if it's tightened up like that, it's a bit harder for somebody to dig their hand in and pinch something. So this is the Loewe. Again, what I will say is spending a lot of money on a basket bag. This one is £375. It was close to the £400 mark. So if they did have it in stock on Farfetch and you were a new customer, you could use my discount code. You're going to get about £37 off it. So it's going to make it about £330, and my code would make the Jacquemus about £300. Comparing the two when they first arrived, I will say with the Loewe, I did feel like there's a lot more little bits coming off the raffia. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but you'll see there, which obviously is going to happen with a bag like this. From reviews that I've either seen online or I've had conversations with people on Instagram, it's been a mixed review. So I've either heard that, you know, this bag is amazing, they love it in terms of the design and the aesthetic, but the dye has transferred on the back from clothing, so say blue jeans, but that's going to happen with either of these bags, and that also it started to unravel after about 2 years use. So I suppose it depends how much you actually use the bag. And then I've had a few people rave about how amazing this bag is, that they think it's really great for all the seasons. So as well as being a summer bag, it's a bag you can take into autumn and winter with you because we have the leather on it. They say it's a great bag for going shopping, you know, if you just want to pick something up, pop it on your shoulder if you're going to the shop to grab a few things. Now I myself, I'm not sure about this. I know another girl had mentioned that you do have to squish it down to get it go under your shoulder, but if you like to hold your bags like this, or if you like to hold your bags by the strap, then obviously the Loewe is going to be great. Maybe if you're a little bit more petite, you might find it easier to sling over your shoulder. So I need to have a little think about that because I don't know if that is going to annoy me and be as practical. So both of these bags obviously have their pros and cons, and like I mentioned, you can obviously get a straw bag for a hell of a lot cheaper, but I've obviously put this video together just for a little comparison for anybody else like me was unsure of which one to go to. Now I have the dilemma of which one I would like to keep. So I would obviously really appreciate any feedback or comments if you have either of these two bags, if you love it, if you hate it, if you think it is a waste of money, if you think it was worth the money, which one you think is going to be more practical, if there's any mums watching, which one you think would be more practical, one you can wipe down or one that fits better on your shoulder. And I will, like I said, try and find everywhere that these two bags are stocked online, leave them linked in the description box below. I hope you found that somewhat helpful. Like I said, I can't really do a full-on review of the two bags because I've literally just ordered them, they've just arrived. It's just a first impressions and a quick comparisons video. So if you did enjoy this video though, and you do love fashion, then it would really make my day if you clicked the little thumbs up button, press subscribe, and I will see you guys next Friday, which is going to be some Valentine's Day inspired outfits. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.